All right, guys, Super Bowl recap. Like I said in the last video, the only chance Denver has if they can hold Carolina to under 20 points, and sure enough, they did. That defense is legit. I didn't think they'd be able to hold Cam under 20, but they clearly, if you go back and look what they did to Roethlisberger, Brady, and Cam, arguably just down the line, the three best quarterbacks in the league, they held them to one touchdown. One. It was the Brady touchdown to Gronk with seconds left in the game. So their defense carried this entire team. I think their running game was good too, but their defense carried this whole team all year, even when Peyton was struggling early in the year. Then when they had to go to Brock, I thought Brock did a great job stepping in. Then they brought Peyton back. As far as Peyton goes, that's fine. He gets another ring, but it's kind of tough because Peyton's season as a whole, statistically, it was one of the worst seasons that quarterback's ever had. What do you have, about 9 touchdowns and 17 picks. He turned the ball over twice in the Super Bowl, had about 140 yards. He literally hurt the team more than helped them, so it's tough to look at that and be like, oh, Peyton did nothing. So let's always remember this: Peyton Manning didn't win this game at all. He almost cost them the game because he turned the ball over twice. It was Denver's defense that won this Super Bowl. Cam in the Panthers, they looked, once the game started, lethargic, almost like the game started. It's like, where is that spark, Cam? He looked gassed. He looked a little lost. He looked once he started getting pressure on, he never quite settled in. His receivers fucking suck, too. I complain a lot about the Pats having no real receivers. We've got Edelman. Amendola's, okay. LaFell's a bum. Gronk is tight end. They've got Olsen. But other than that, Ted Ginn, Corey Brown, he is, obviously Kelvin Benjamin's going to be back next year, but what he did this year is remarkable offensively. And I think it caught up to them a little bit, not having any explosive weapons on offense. Jonathan Stewart got banged up early. That didn't help their run game. Even in the game, even with all that being said, Denver and I thought Carolina's defense was awesome. Luke Kuechly was all over the field. They did a really good job. They forced 2 turnovers. Now, the big play here was Carolina had the ball with about 6 minutes left. They could have driven down and taken a 1-point lead if they had scored a touchdown. Cam gets strip sacked by Von Miller, and the ball goes on the ground, and Cam reaches down to maybe go get it, then pulls back when he sees I think it was DeMarcus Ware diving on it, and a lot of people were questioning, why did he not just dive on the ball? I think his first thought was, I'm going to go scoop it up, and then I think once Ware came in, he was like, oh crap. And then he was it was already too late. I don't think, a lot of people think he wasn't diving on it because he thought he would get injured or hurt or didn't want to take a hit. That's not true, because this is a guy who dives in the end zone ready to take shots and land on his neck, and the guy's an animal. I don't think he was scared. I think it was an awkward situation. His first instinct wasn't ball, ground. His first instinct was ball. It was kind of sitting there. I think he was I'm going to go pick it up and run. And as he reached, it was already, too late. And he fucked it up. So, first instinct, Cam, you got to go to the ground. You got to recover that because you still have a chance. And that was the ball game there. So, the game as a whole to me, was just pretty sloppy. So, someone said it was a Thursday night. It reminded them of a Thursday night football game. It just didn't feel like a Super Bowl. Especially last year's Super Bowl which was the most watched Super Bowl of all time. Just a fantastic game. There was offense. There was everything. There was, come down to the last second. The greatest quarterback of all time was playing, which didn't hurt. But it was just, the halftime show was nothing special to me. I was just, in the fact that it was even just being outside and, in the West Coast, it basically was a day game. It just felt so funny. I'm used to indoor Super Bowls and stuff. It just felt like a weird Super Bowl. That field is trash. I lost a lot of money, a lot of money. I lost every single bet I placed. So, and then obviously I didn't want Peyton to win, and he's promoting all his Budweiser and kissing Papa John. I'm dead on the inside for at least 2 weeks to a month. I'm ruined. So yeah, that's my Super Bowl recap. Next year I'll be back with some more predictions. I'm already scheming about which team I like next year. I'll do a video eventually, but anyways, there it is. NFL season is in the books. Congrats to the Broncos defense for winning the Super Bowl.